Welcome to Insights to Opportunity. I'm your host, Carlecia Wright, Director of the Office of Business Opportunity. On today's episode, we will explore resources for small business owners. Joining us will be our partners at SCORE, who specialize in counseling small business owners, plus an entrepreneur who credits SCORE for helping her start her successful business, and OBO's very own Business Development Coordinator to discuss other resources available to small business owners. Our show, Insights to Opportunity, along with the Office of Business Opportunity, is committed to providing information on events, resources, and contracting opportunities. And we do it all in the support of our mission to educate, connect, and grow local, minority, and women-owned businesses. SCORE is a not-for-profit dedicated to helping small businesses get off the ground, grow, and achieve their goals. They do this through education and mentorship, and it's all for free. The Office of Business Opportunity partners with SCORE on many events, programs, and initiatives. And every Thursday, a SCORE mentor is available at OBO's offices in downtown Houston to consult with anyone who needs it. Joining us now is Mr. Rick Ross, a retired business owner and OBO's very own SCORE mentor, who visits us every Thursday. Rick, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So you're a retired business owner. What's that like?
I'm busier now than when I was an owner.
And so my idea of retirement is sandy beaches, but you come to the office every Thursday with the, ready to work with businesses. Talk about what your business was before you retired.
All right. Well, I worked for a big company. I worked for IBM for 25, 30 years, and then I worked doing odd jobs and working with other people. So, and I started a catering business.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Didn't go real well though.
Oh no! So you started the catering business. You said it didn't go very well, and so why is it that you now mentor businesses based on your experience in both corporate America as well as owning your own business?
Right. Well, I know a lot of what not to do. Mm-hmm. So, from my experience, I know what to do, and I try to impress upon my clients that hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, type of thing.
Yeah, no, I think that there's not enough to say about what not to do. I think that if we all can do the, 101 things not to do in business, that would be great.
Yeah. Well, in business and running a business, the most important thing is cash. Mm-hmm. Most businesses will have great business plans and great ideas, but they run out of cash. Yeah,
so capital is a big thing.
A big thing.
So talk about your role as a SCORE mentor. How did you learn about SCORE? How did you find that was your niche after and post-retirement?
Well, I used to play golf with one of my old customers, and he was a SCORE mentor. Mm-hmm. And he told me about SCORE, so I looked into it and I signed up.
Mm-hmm. And do you get paid to do the work that you do?
No.
Okay.
No, everything that we do is free. All the mentoring services are free. The workshops and seminars, some we charge a little bit for, mm-hmm. but and a lot of them are free.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so talk about the type of customers that you work with. What do they come to get mentored about?
Well, usually they have questions about how to get started, what kind of permits they need, where do I go to get funding, and things of that nature.
Okay. And so how long have you been doing the SCORE mentorship?
I think about 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, and you've been doing it in OBO. You've been our SCORE mentor.
For 5 years.
Oh, wow, that's great. Yeah. And so what types of businesses have come through the doors that you've mentored?
All kinds of businesses. All kinds of businesses come in there. Restaurants come in, people that are starting construction, you name it, they come in.
Mm-hmm. So construction, restaurants, what about professional services, accounting, any of those types of business?
No, not so much accounting. Sometimes we'll get, some legal people that mm-hmm. want to open up their own shop or own practice. And so, but mostly it's restaurants, small business that want to get started, and they just need some help. What do I do? How do I get this done? Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. and that's what we help them with.
Mm-hmm. And so when you say, what do I need, what kind of help, can you talk more specifically? So we're catering to entrepreneurs that might, you know, have a business plan. So what would you help them do? And they just can't get it off the ground.
Yeah, the structure. First of all, the most important thing is to get your business registered either with the county or with the state. That's number one. And of course, they need to get a EIN number from our buddies at the federal income tax place. And that's,
got to pay taxes.
Yeah, you got to pay taxes. And then, of course, there's no taxes in the state of Texas, but there are franchise taxes. And you need to not worry about it until you make $1 million. But you do need to report every quarter or every year. You have to report. And
so you'd be surprised to how many people that they don't know those simple things. And so those are some of the things that you provide.
Right.
So what happens to a company who, I mean, how can you help a company that's been in business, but they're just not successful? What are some of the things that you might support them with?
Well, the most important thing, of course, is sales. If nobody sells anything, you don't have a business. So it's really putting together a marketing plan is one of the key things to do.
Yeah. So you've been working in OBO's office downtown Houston. How many other locations does SCORE have? Where are the different locations?
Well, we have our main locations at 8701 South Gessner. That's the federal building. We're on the 12th floor. We have another location in Palm Center that is manned every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay.
And then we have a satellite organization, the city being one, and there's usually done by appointment.
Okay.
Okay. But they're all around the county.
Yeah, no, I think that there's 13 satellite locations throughout the city.
Yes.
And so the city of Houston at 611 Walker is one of them.
Right.
And so SCORE has been instrumental in a lot of the programs that the Office of Business Opportunity facilitates. And so you guys have been a tremendous partner.
Well, thank you.
Now, Lift Off Houston, I know that you've had some experience with some of our Lift Off Houston contestants. Can you talk about that, your role there and the value that offers to businesses, the types of businesses that you're providing support to?
Well, Lift Off Houston is a great program that the city puts on. There's other programs like that we help around the city, but Lift Off Houston, I think it's just finished, right?
Well, we're going to start pretty soon here.
Start. Okay, all right. And we have SCORE mentors that work with that particular program.
Well, thank you so much for the support that you guys provide. Now, before we leave today, Rick, what is some advice, besides a business plan, that you would provide or give to a business?
Well, I think the first thing is to identify what kind of customer they're looking for, and that type of thing. So first of all, where's your market? How do you define your market, and how are you going to penetrate that market?
Okay, so where's your market?
Yeah.
How do you define your market?
And how do we address the market?
Okay.
With our services.
Thank you for coming on the show, Rick.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. I enjoyed it.
Well, up next, we will speak with a small business owner who worked with SCORE to start her baking business. Stay tuned.
Hey, you can do this, and I know it's going to be hard because, when you leave a job and you don't know where your next finance is coming from, your next paycheck, that was scary. But I did it. And I mean, it was so rewarding to me, to just do something, just follow your dream. And
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Are you a small business owner with a legal issue? Would you like some free legal advice? Then we invite you to attend our virtual legal lab to discuss your issue with an attorney, and it's all for free. It is a service offered by the City of Houston's Office of Business Opportunity and the law firm Vincent & Elkins. The meetings are held at our offices in downtown Houston. Once there, you'll be able to connect to a qualified attorney for a 30-minute session via Skype. The free service is offered once a month and slots fill up fast. For more information and to submit a meeting request, visit our website at houston.gov/OBO and click on the Virtual Legal Lab link.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
Welcome back to Insights to Opportunity. Our next guest took a hobby she was passionate about and turned it into a thriving business, and she credits SCORE for helping her make the transition from an employee of a restaurant to the owner of her own baking business. Joining us today to share her story and some advice is Bonita Jackson, the owner of Nita Cakes and More. Bonita, I'm so glad you came to the show.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
So Bonita, you talk about your background.
Well, I worked in the restaurant business for over 33 years, and I started out as a cashier. Then I baked a little bit, and then I moved up to catering, and then from catering to manager. So I've been in the business, like I say, for 30-some years, and I just had a heart for baking, and I love to bake. And so my mom used to take all of my cakes and everything to her job. She worked at the school. And so the teachers were like my testers. And so once I started getting better, of course, the cakes got lesser going to the school. And so I was like, wow, I could really do this, you know? And so basically that's how I got started doing it.
And so you were in the industry, around the industry. You got the knack, that sweet knack where
Yes.
you could make bakery treats that people liked.
Yes.
And so what made you go full time? So it sounds like you were just doing it part time and for just entertainment at first?
Well, it was just a hobby. And in 2013, my family and friends kept saying, you know, you do a really good job, it's tasty, you know, you could sell it. And so what I did is I went to the flea market and got me a little booth at the flea market, and I opened up, and actually people started coming and buying. And people started calling me on the weekend and wanting more and more cakes. And I said, you know what, I can do this, you know. So but it was still a lot more I needed to learn and, you know, about the business. So I did that for like almost a year, and then I stopped and just started back focusing on the restaurant that I was working at. And then I got involved with this program that's called Getting Down to Business with Capital One and SCORE.
Yes.
And so Rick was my mentor on SCORE side of the program. And it was like every week he would come and he would say, you know, what are you going to do this week? What are you going to bring us this week? You know, and he just focused on, you know, of me succeeding, you know. And so if I had a question, he always had an answer. If he didn't have an answer, he would go and ask somebody, you know. So the program really benefited me, you know, because I knew the front of the business, but I didn't really know the back of the business. And by going to the program, working with Rick and some of the other leaders there at the program, it just taught me, you know, how to do the, you know, like finances, you know, the bookkeeping, you know, how to work with the customers on another level, you know, because just being on the phone talking to the person individually, you know, getting to know them, getting to interact with them, it was totally amazing.
So you were really getting down to business.
I was really getting down to business. I was the first one there and the last one to leave.
Oh, good, good. And so when you were in that program and you were getting that counseling, it sounds like you were still working.
I worked full time.
Okay.
I worked 80 hours a week because I was the manager. So, you know, you come in at 6 in the morning, you get off at 4, and I would get off at 4 and go straight to the class. And I'm at the class from 5:30 until like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and I get home and start my whole day all over again. But the class was just so rewarding. It was so much information, you know, that helped me, you know, because like I say, I didn't know anything about the back of the business. You know, I know how to open it up, close, you know, but I didn't know, like, you know, the books, and I didn't know, you know, it was just so much that I didn't know, but now I know a lot.
And so at some point you decided to leave your job and go full time. So talk about that leap.
Well, it was in October. And I decided, you know, that I needed to make a change, you know, because I had gotten all the information that I needed. And I just needed that extra push to say, okay, you can do this. And by going to the class, listening to what Rick say every week, you know, it just like encouraged me that, hey, you can do this, you know. And I know it's going to be hard, because, you know, when you leave a job and you don't know where your next finance is coming from, you know, your next paycheck, that was scary. But I did it. And I mean, it was so rewarding to me, you know, to just do something, just follow your dream, and you know, and it's working. Yeah, it's working for me.
Yeah, no, it looks like it's working. You brought today one of your Easter treats. You do what types of events? What do you bake?
Well, I do all kind of things. I do anything from a wedding cake to a birthday cake. I can do finger food, desserts, you know, like brownies and cookies and cupcakes. So it really depends on what the customer wants and what the occasion is. So I mean, I can do whatever you want. You send it to me, and I will tell you up front, yay, I can do it, or no, I cannot do this. But you're going to get a good product.
Oh, good, good. Well, that sounds exciting. So now you took the leap. You said that you got pushed out there. You're baking all of this good stuff. What has been the most challenging thing about starting a business?
For me, was customers. And I was just blessed that I got connected with the Wells Fargo building for the last year, almost 2 years, where they do the pop-ups. And so on Tuesdays, I would go down there and sell my desserts. And so that was so rewarding, because I actually got to talk to the customer. The customer gave me feedback, you know, about the product, what they liked, what they did not like. And so that was very helpful one-on-one, you know, with the customer. So that, but now I wanted corporate accounts. So by being at the Wells Fargo building and doing that on Tuesdays, I've gotten a lot of corporate accounts.
Well, that sounds amazing. So the next step for you is certification, so you can start doing business with the city. And
yes.
And when we have the Super Bowl or major events coming into town, you could be the concierge baker.
Yes, sounds great.
So we only got a few more seconds left, Nita. Can you give one piece of advice that you would give to a person who's thinking about starting their business? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to just do it. Just jump and make that leap. And if whatever's for you is for you.
Well, thank you so much, Nita. Just do it. You heard it from Nita. Up next, we'll chat with one of our very own OBO employees to explore some of the resources available to small business owners. Stay tuned.
It's very exciting to see them go from a small idea about maybe a food service that they want to create to a fully established business.
Vets, you served our country, and now you're home looking for a job. But how often have you applied and never heard back? That can be frustrating. That's why Edge for Vets was created, to open the world for you. The Houston Airport System and its business partners are hiring and offer this unique opportunity to get an edge in the interview process. To find out more, contact us at edgeforvets.org.
We know you didn't do it. Just confess.
Okay, you're right. I didn't use the 311 app. I mean, I saw the pothole, but I guess I just got lazy. I mean, I didn't use the 311 app.
You are pathetic.
Who says that kind of stuff?
Use the City of Houston app for all your 311 needs.
The Office of Business Opportunity Solution Center is a resource provided by the City of Houston for small business owners. It provides no-cost programs and services designed to help entrepreneurs thrive in today's competitive business environment. It offers information on city permits and licenses, business resource guides, and referrals for financial assistance. And that's just a few of the services offered for established and aspiring entrepreneurs. The Office of Business Opportunity Solution Center is committed to promoting business development in the Houston region. To learn more about upcoming workshops, conferences, and other information about local businesses, connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Just search for @HoustonOBO.
Enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, that surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Houston, where cultures come together,
where inspiration
takes center stage,
and big dreams come true.
It's where fun happens every day.
Houston's a city on the move. It's a city that makes you groove.
That's the heartbeat. That's the rhythm of my town. Of my town. My town. My town.
Our town.
H-Town.
Houston is a city that inspires. Visit Houston for yourself and find out where the inspiration leads you.
As Mayor Turner likes to say, the City of Houston is a city of opportunities. But it can be difficult for entrepreneurs to see those opportunities, and it can be even a bigger challenge for connecting with the decision makers and landing that first contract or sale. Thankfully, there is a place right here in Houston where you can turn to for help. It's called the Office of Business Opportunity Solution Center. Joining me to talk more about this center is OBO's very own Business Development Coordinator, Abigail Gonzalez. Abigail, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So, Abby, talk about your role as a Business Development Coordinator in the Office of Business Opportunity. What are some of the programs that you work on?
So in the Office of Business Opportunity, I manage several programs that are catered towards startup businesses. So those are businesses who are under a year old or they're just getting started with an idea. That includes the Liftoff Houston Business Plan Competition, which is the city's annual business plan competition that we partner with the Houston Public Library and Capital One to produce every year. At the end of the competition, the competitors have the opportunity to win $10,000. So it's a very exciting program. We teach a lot of different business owners things ranging from financials, marketing, and how to pitch their business. And so actually from Liftoff Houston, we created the Turnaround Entrepreneurship Program. It's structured in the same way, but this program is specifically for previously incarcerated individuals who are looking to start their business. And so that actually just wrapped up, and we're about to celebrate their graduation. So it's been very exciting to have so many different programs that are catered towards people who may not know how to maneuver the ecosystem in a city quite as large as Houston.
So in addition to that, we've got the structured programs. Talk about a person who is not ready for liftoff or might just be on their own entrepreneurship journey. Why would they come to the OBO Solution Center, and what type of work have you provided or support have you provided to those individuals?
Well, the Solution Center really serves as a connector of resources to small businesses. So if they come to us looking for a specific type of service or assistance, it's my job to be in the know about the different resources and services that are offered throughout the city, whether it's through our partners or someone or another organization. And so really they can come to us, let us know what they're looking to do, and it would be in my best interest to help them maneuver the permitting, the requirements that they have to meet for their business, and connect them to organizations that can help them learn and grow from there.
So talk about some of the resources, the guides that are provided by the Solution Center, or where folks can find that. Do they have to come downtown for that?
No, so we do have a variety of different resource guides. We have about 12 of them, and some are in Spanish. They cover topics ranging from marketing plans. Our new business guide is very popular. It gives you information that you'll need when you're really getting off the ground. And so they are located on our website, which is houstontx.gov/OBO. You can find all of the resource guides there, so you don't have to come into our office, and a lot of our information is online, as well as on our social media, which we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Houston OBO.
And so you've worked in OBO for a little over 2 years now. And so what do you think this means for the city, for the businesses that we provide support to?
I think it's very important for an office like ours to exist because we connect so many people to different services and resources. In such a big city, it's hard to know what is going on at all times, what resources are offered. So for me to connect those businesses to free resources, where instead of them having to pay hundreds of dollars to get them, it's so important, and that really helps our economy if these small businesses are getting the help that they need to succeed.
So Abby, we provide these resources. What do you think the most frequently asked thing is from the OBO Solution Center when someone calls?
For the Solution Center, the most frequent question we get has to do with permitting, and so oftentimes that will be about businesses relating to food service, construction. Those are some of our more popular businesses. Recently, we've had a lot of questions about online retail, so the online marketplace is getting very popular, and so I'll do the due diligence to connect them with the Houston Permitting Center, the health department, or whatever agency regulates the type of business that they're looking to start.
And so what do you talked about Lift Off Houston. What are some of the types of workshops and things that people can participate? Do you have to be signed up for Lift Off Houston to participate in those?
No, so you can apply to participate in Lift Off Houston, and if you are found ineligible, you can still participate in all of our workshops. And that is so that we can provide information to as many businesses as we can. And those workshops cover business planning, business financials, personal and business credit, pitching your business, marketing. And so these are tools that all businesses will need regardless of their location within the city or in Harris County. So we do encourage people to participate even if they're not eligible to compete in the program.
Now that sounds great. Now you've been working here for a couple years now. You've been overseeing the Lift Off Houston. You've got new programs. Talk about a success story so folks get an idea of the type of businesses that we serve in OBO.
It's very exciting to see a business come into the OBO Solution Center, and from there I'll see them come to our certification workshop. After that, they'll follow up with me at a different event that has nothing to do with the city. It involves procurement or doing business with the city of Houston, and they'll tell me how beneficial it has been to receive their certification, and they would have not learned about it had it not been for their visit to the Solution Center. Same for Lift Off Houston. Some people will come in not knowing anything about the competition, and they'll go on to compete in the competition, maybe win the entire thing or win second prize. So it's always very exciting to see them go from a small idea about maybe a food service that they want to create to a fully established business.
Yeah. So tell me, Abigail, if you were, you're not a business owner, I'm not a business owner, but we have the pleasure of serving business owners. What advice would you give to business owners?
The advice that I would give business owners is to really do their research on the resources that are available. I would hate for a business owner to waste the cash that they do have coming in on learning how to create a business plan or receiving some type of financial counseling when these are all resources that are available for free throughout the Houston area.
Thank you, Abigail, for coming on the show and for being a wonderful asset to the Office of Business Opportunity and for supporting the entrepreneurship ecosystem in Houston.
Thank you, Director. It was an honor to be here.
Well, that's our show today. Please join us next time to learn more about opportunities with the City of Houston and across our great city on Insights to Opportunity. And to learn more about OBO, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Just search for @HoustonOBO.